When I tell you that Chainsaw Man Chapter 113 was phenomenal, I absolutely mean that. This chapter was a literal roller coaster of emotions. No, not emotions. Of hype. Like, the hype never died off, it just kept fluctuating in hypeness levels. I don't know what I'm talking about, so let's just start talking about the chapter. First up, I just want to mention my favorite part of the chapter, hands down. Denji and Asa are of course on their date. Asa is giving out these boring speeches about anemones and starfish, while Denji's brain is still probably trying to figure out how Asa pronounces anemones.
Okay, don't hurt yourself.
But what Denji really wants to do is go see the penguins. Asa doesn't allow this, saying that she has everything planned out, and upon the second time Denji asks to go see the penguins, Asa says this: "We'll have fun as long as we stick to my plan. You don't need to think about a thing." Denji gives her a dumbfounded look and retorts with, "I decided to think about stuff in my own way, you know?" and walks off to go see the penguins. I just absolutely love this moment because it really does show Denji's growth. Yeah, he's still a childish fool for the most part, but he's learned his lesson. He grew and matured from his experience with Makima, specifically when he told Makima that he no longer wanted to think about things because it was difficult. Denji mentioned that he wouldn't let anyone control him anymore, and at this moment we get to see him put that into action. I just love this small little moment for my boy. That's always something I've enjoyed about reading Fujimoto's work too. There can be 1,000 huge reveals going on at once, but it's the small character moment that can stand out the most. With that being said though, hello. If you're new here and you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, as it of course helps my channel to grow. And if you're a fellow Twitter cesspool user, check me out over there, links in the description. As I said though, a lot does happen in this chapter. Let's start with the big reveal that ultimately hurt me the most. The mysterious girl is in fact the Famine Devil, which unfortunately I was so sure that she was actually the Death Devil that I made a bet that if I was wrong, I'd dress up in a maid costume. So yeah, that's something I'll be doing over on Twitter. As Asa and Yoru are arguing, she mysteriously pops up agreeing with Asa. We'll talk about that argument in a bit. Something about it hit me wrong regarding Asa. Immediately before her reveal, the Famine Devil shows a faint familiarity with Denji, claiming that he's someone that doesn't know the first thing about right and wrong. My first time reading this chapter, I didn't quite catch this line, and so when I was talking to my brother about it, my prediction was that Famine didn't know that Denji was actually Chainsaw Man, leading to blah blah blah. Upon rereading though, this line caught my eye, and now I'm wondering, how much does Famine really know? I'll loop back to this in just a second though. Famine introduces herself as the Famine Devil, and that Asa can just call her Fammy. Yoru tells Asa that it's not good, don't listen to that, vanishing before she can finish her sentence. Now, a few key things and predictions that popped up from this moment. First off, Fammy says that she's taken Yoru outside, and that Asa isn't leaving the aquarium until she can turn Denji into a weapon. Asa not being able to leave the aquarium means that the end of chapter reveal that the Eternity Devil is back means that Fammy is probably working with the Eternity Devil, and this was all set up. But to what end? Is Fammy aware that Denji is Chainsaw Man and is trying to have either him or Asa eliminated by each other? Or is Fammy literally just trying to get Asa to free herself from morality? Either way, there's a few things that I expect to happen. At the beginning of the chapter, there's this panel where Asa looks a lot like Hobini with the hair clip in. I'm predicting that this is a sign of how she's going to react to the situation, in which case Denji will end up having to save her. Because of what happened between Denji and Asa, I think he's lost most of his interest in her. But him revealing that he's Chainsaw Man, along with the fact that he'll most likely save her, I think the script is going to flip on its head and Asa's going to be the one to fall for Denji. Another thing here I wanted to point out, why did Fammy pull off her hat and drop it when her and Yoru disappeared? It clearly shows the hat still there after they've left, so I wonder how that's going to play into what happens next. I feel like it's focused on a bit too much to be pointless, but I could be reaching. Now I want to circle back to the argument between Asa and Yoru. At the beginning of the chapter, and after Denji walks away, Asa specifically uses the line, "You don't get it because you're a devil." Ever since she decided that she was going to do what she needed to do in order to get rid of Yoru, she's acted superior to her, throwing back into Yoru's face that she isn't human and just wouldn't get it. This is such a shift in the timid nature that we came to know previously about Asa that can really only show just how much she now despises Yoru for essentially ruining her life. It felt out of character at first, but now looking back at it, it makes a lot more sense that she's acting this way. The chapter ends though with Denji walking back saying that no matter how far he walked down the hall, he couldn't get out. Then there's something about the line that just seems raw as hell mixed with Denji's face in the panel. He says, "That pain in the butt's back from hell." And God, I just love this chapter. It makes me think though. Is Fami orchestrating everything from behind the scenes? Could Fami have some ability to bring back demons that were sent to hell, like the Bat Devil and the Eternity Devil, and is partnering with them in some way to get rid of Asa or Denji, or even both? The fact that Yoru had the reaction to Fami that she did, I can honestly see this prediction coming true. Denji is going to reveal himself to Asa. When Asa and Yoru reunite, of course Yoru will then know the truth. But because of the reveal of Fami, there will be a bigger threat to Yoru than Chainsaw Man, and they'll end up having to come to at least a temporary truce. Then we'll have Denji and Asa versus the other Chainsaw Man and Fami. I can honestly see it come together like this, but who knows? Fujimoto is known for throwing curveballs at us, and his work for the most part stays unpredictable. So we'll just have to see with time. That's it for the video though. As I said before, if you enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe. Otherwise, peace.